Hello, students, and welcome to our lesson where we're going to start expanding expressions using the distributive property. You may not have heard of this term of expanding before, but it accurately describes what we're going to do today. So let's get started. We will begin with our do now. We have a prompt today about raising awareness. Our objective will be to continue learning about expanding expressions using the distributive property. Our essential question, why should we expand expressions and what is the distributive property? And our assignment will be to complete our do now in our class notebook. Watch today's video. We have 3 pages on expanding expressions. We'll answer your exit ticket in the class notebook, and then make sure, most important, that you show your completed work to me. We have an exit ticket that asks us what it means to expand an expression. Remember, if you have not finished your classwork, you can finish it for homework, but you still need to show it to me what you've done before you leave class. That's how you get credit for your work. So remember, to get full participation credit, have your camera on, respond when your name is called at the beginning, middle, or end of the period, ask for help, show your work on camera at the end of the period or as soon as you're finished. If your camera's not working, you can send a photo by email, and there's my email right there. Remember, showing your work to me shows that you've participated in your lesson, so don't forget to show your work. Our do now question today is about raising awareness. You can raise awareness at school, at home, in your community, or even globally. But let's talk about raising awareness at home. If you want to raise awareness about something at home, which of the following topics do you think need to have more attention? Which of these topics should you raise awareness to? Could be personal space, COVID-19 issues. Are you guys being careful enough? Maybe household chore issues. Maybe it's time to look at those. Maybe some people need more of them. Or maybe it's about having a personal space to learn in or respecting your school equipment or something like that. So, or you might have another idea. So, which one of those topics should receive more attention at home? Should you raise awareness about at home? So, please put your answer right here. We'll get back to our exit ticket in a minute, but let's start by putting your name and putting today's date, which is February 17th. And to expand a linear expression is to distribute or use the distributive property to eliminate parentheses. Expanding is the opposite of factoring. We've done a bit of factoring in here. Expanding is the opposite. The operation that you'll do when you expand is you will multiply. So if we had to expand 4 over the quantity of negative 6x minus 10, we would multiply 4 times negative 6, which would give us negative 24, and we have that x there. 24 is the coefficient for the x, and we'd multiply the 4 times the negative 10 to get negative 40. So we're going to have a lot of practice today with this. So let's get started. So if we expand 5 over 2x plus 8, remember we're multiplying 5 times each of those terms. And remember, terms are separated by addition and subtraction. So let's write that down so we remember. Okay, so sometimes we make these rainbow-like lines to help us remember what we need to do, but in short notice, you won't need to do those. But we have a positive times a positive and a positive times a positive. So positive 5 times positive 2x is 10x. And positive 5 times 8 is positive 40. Number 2, negative 4 times positive 6 is negative 24, and that has the variable x. And we have, that's our negative 4 times 6x. Then we have negative 4 times 12, which is negative 48. So why don't you try to finish this group and let's see how you do. Okay, let's look at number 3. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 13 is 26. 2x plus 26. Negative 6 times 2x is negative 12x. And negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12 because a negative multiplied by a negative equals a positive. Now, we have an invisible 1 in front of the x on number 5. So it's a positive 1. So positive 1 times negative 2 is negative 2x. So positive 1x times negative 2, negative 2x. Positive 1x times negative 4 is negative 4x. But we have an opportunity to combine like terms. So negative 2x minus 4x equals negative 6x. And that is our final answer. So remember, it also says to simplify. We're not just expanding, we're simplifying with 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we've already combined like terms before, so this shouldn't be hard for us. So in number 6, 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 12 is 108, and that's a positive 108, minus 5. We can combine 108 minus 5 to give us 9x plus 103. Number 7, 12 times x is 12x. 12 times negative 4 is negative 48. And we do not distribute over this term at the end. That's a separate term. Separated by that negative or subtraction sign there. So we just put negative 3x. Now we take a look at this. Do we have any like terms? Can we combine like terms? We've got 12x minus 3x, which would be 9x minus 48. And number 8, we have an expression at the end of this larger expression. We have this plus 4x minus 3. We will not be distributing over that. We will distribute the 3 over the quantity of 2x plus 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. That is 6x. 3 times 2 is 6 again. Then we have plus 4x minus 3. So we can change my color here. We can combine 6x and 4x to get 10x. And then we can also combine 6 minus 3 to get a positive 3. And that's our final answer. So let's see what else we have to do. Got some additional practice here. Looks like 10 problems. So let's get to work. Why don't you try these on your own and then come back to the video? Okay, I hope you worked these on your own. 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. 2 times 6x is 12x. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 5x, and we can combine 12x minus 5x, which would give us 7x plus 4. Number 3, 12 times x is 12x, and 12 times 3 is 36. And that's the final answer for number 3. Number 4, we have 6 plus 2x minus 6. There is no value here for us to distribute. We could think of it as an invisible 1, in which case the result would be the same. All we simply do are remove the parentheses, 6 plus 2x minus 6. So there was really nothing to expand there, but we can combine the positive 6 minus 6. So positive 6 minus 6 equals 0. So these are eliminated, and what we have left is 2x. And let's look at number 5. We have negative 8. Now we're going to, remember, terms are separated by addition and subtraction. We're going to distribute negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8. This is very similar to the last problem. We have negative 8 plus 8. So negative 8 plus 8 eliminates the 8, gives us 0. So our final answer is negative 2x. I hope you did well. If not, just go back and try to figure out what your mistakes are. So number 6, we're going to expand negative 8 and distribute it over x plus 2, which would be negative 8x minus 16. And then when we distribute 2 over 3 minus 4x, we have 2 times 3 is 6. And positive 2 times negative 4 is negative 8x. Number 8, we will distribute the 9 over x plus 2 to give us 9x plus 18. Remember, distributing is multiplying, minus 10. Now we've got like terms here. We've got a 18 minus 10, and 18 minus 10 equals 8. So our final answer is 9x plus 8. And number 9, we have 5 plus, now we distribute 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times negative x is negative 4x. We can combine 5 plus 12, which equals 17. And if we want, we can write our final answer with the variable term first, which is commonly done, negative 4x plus 17. And number 10, we'll distribute 2 over 3x to give us 6x. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, and then we have this minus 3x, and we can combine 6x minus 3x is 3x, and then we have our minus 2, and that's our final answer. So let's do some error analysis. Let's figure out what's going on, what's wrong here. So we are asked in number 1 to expand negative 3 over the quantity of 8x plus 5. So we have negative 3 times 8x, which is negative 24x. That seems okay, but then we have this 5, and this is not right. So what they did, both the the -3 and the 5 were not multiplied. So that's the error. -3 and -5 were not multiplied. So let's do that correctly. We're going to rewrite the problem. -3 times the quantity of 8x plus 5. So let's change our color. -3 times 8x is -24x, and -3 times 5 is -15. And that is the correct answer. Let's move on to number 2, where we are asked to expand and simplify. -2 times the quantity of x minus 4 minus 8. So they've rewritten the problem, x plus 4 minus 8. They distributed the -2 times the x. They distributed the -2 times the 4, and it looks like they have the wrong sign. And then they have that -8, and then they eliminated 8 minus 8. So they did a couple of things wrong. So where they started was -2 times 4. So -2 times 4 does not equal 8. It equals -8, okay? So let's solve this correctly. And all the other mistakes flowed out of that first mistake right there. So let's rewrite the problem. -2 times the quantity of x plus 4 minus 8. So -2 times x is -2x. -2 times 4 is -8 minus 8. Now we can combine like terms. We have -8 minus 8. Let's put that over here. -8 minus 8 equals -16. So our final answer is -2x minus 16. And finally, our last problem of the day, we have 2x times the quantity of 4 minus 3. And they wrote 2x times 4 minus 3. 2x times 4 is 8x minus 6, and they forgot the x, okay? Let's explain what they did wrong. When they multiplied 2x times -3, so 2x times -3 does not equal -6. So what it equals is -6x. So let's do that correctly. So we've got 2x times the quantity of 4 minus 3. So if we're distributing an x, students, then both of our terms will have x's. So we're going to be doing some combining like terms when we're done. So 2 times 4 is 8x. 2 times -3 is -6x. Now this is where we combine like terms. So it's 8 minus 6 equals 2. That means our final answer is 2x. So how did you do with that? I appreciate how hard you're working. Let's go back to our exit ticket. To expand an expression means to multiply the quantity outside the expression. Well, it also means to distribute. Let's write that first. To distribute To distribute by multiplying a quantity, and that could be a value in the form of a number, or it could be a variable, outside of parentheses by a quantity inside the parentheses. So remember to show me your hard work. Don't do all this hard work and keep it to yourself. Let me see how hard you're thinking, how hard you're working. I think you're doing a great job. I'm so proud of the way so many of you have adapted to distance learning. Keep on practicing because, as you know, as you keep doing that, you'll be great.